Setting up a delivery pipeline using toolchains. In the last lecture, I showed to you a laundry list of tools that can be used for setting up a delivery pipeline. For the beginners, the task of tool selection and pipeline setup is daunting. IBM Toolchains make it easier for teams to set up a pipeline. I have two objectives for this lecture. I'll explain what an IBM toolchain is, and I'll show a delivery pipeline in action. And to do that, I'll use the IBM Bluemix Toolchain. Please note that the intent of this lecture is not to teach Bluemix, but to show you how easily you can set up a delivery pipeline on IBM Bluemix platform. IBM toolchains may be used for creating delivery pipelines on Bluemix. They provide an integrated set of tools on the IBM Bluemix platform to support development, deployment, testing, and monitoring activities. The toolchains are available on the Bluemix DevOps portal. Now there are two ways to use the toolchains. You may select one of the toolchain templates that are available on the portal, or you may create one from scratch and then use it for all your projects. In the rest of this lecture, I will show you how to use a toolchain. In order for you to try out the steps that I'm going to show, you will need to have a Bluemix account. There is a free trial available. Just go to bluemix.net and create a free account. And you also need to have a GitHub account. Now to get started, just go to bluemix.net/DevOps. I'm on the IBM Bluemix DevOps portal. To create a toolchain, just click on Get Started. You will see there are a couple of continuous delivery templates. These are the toolchain templates. You can use any of these, or you can create your own toolchain by clicking on this icon here. Now, what I'm going to do for this demo is I'm going to use the simple Cloud Foundry toolchain. Let me explain how this works. The first tool is the issue tracker. This tool allows the team to use the GitHub issue tracker for tracking the issues, bugs, features, and enhancements. The idea is to have all app-related conversations in one place rather than in emails. Next tool is the code repository. This template is set up to use GitHub. Pipeline is where all the continuous delivery stages are defined. By default, the template creates two stages that can be configured as per the needs of the project, and new stages can also be added. The delivery pipeline is pre-configured to deploy the code on Bluemix. The Web IDE is a tool for Node.js editing in the browser. I'll ignore this tool as it is not related to the core topic here. To create the chain, scroll down and provide a name to your chain. I'm going to call my chain the CloudRocket chain. Next, you need to configure the tools in the chain. Now, GitHub is the first tool here, and GitHub source repository access from Bluemix would require you to authorize. So let's go ahead and do that. Once the GitHub authorization is successful, you need to select the repository type. There are four options here. You can create a new repository, you can fork, you can clone an existing repository, or you can use one of your existing repositories. In the case of new and clone, a new repository will be created under your GitHub account. So here is the name of the repository that will be created. You can change this. By default, it is the same as the toolchain name that you have provided. And for the cloning, you'll need to provide the source repository. By default, there is a source repository which has the node hello world program in it. So I'll stick with the default. There are a couple of other features in GitHub that you can control by way of the tool configuration here. Next is the delivery pipeline integration. Here, the deployment environment is configured. In the case of Bluemix, you need to specify the organization and space under which the code will be deployed. Once the configuration is completed, we simply hit the create button to create the chain. At this point, our toolchain is ready. So if I click on this issues, it'll take us to the issues list. I've already created one issue here that says chain the hello world to hello toolchain. The next one is the GitHub source repository. If you click on this one, it'll take you to the source repository. This is the code that was cloned from the source repository. And here you can see the index.html where I'm going to make a change to basically trigger the delivery pipeline. So let's go ahead and make a change here. I'm going to change this hello world to hello toolchain and just commit it. We can go to the delivery pipeline and check the status. The idea is that since the change was committed, the build automatically get it triggered. It has actually already executed. The last commit was by a cloud fan hello world to hello toolchain. That was the commit message that I had provided. And as you can see, the deployment is in progress. So this is our delivery pipeline that automatically got triggered when the code was changed in GitHub. At this point, the deploy stage has already completed and the code is deployed. Let's go ahead and take a look at the application. And as you can see, the CloudRocket chain application is now running. Let's click on it. And as you can see, the message has changed from hello world to hello toolchain. Let me walk you through the pipeline now. There are two stages, build and deploy. To configure a stage, you simply click on this gear icon and say configure stage. So I'll go ahead and configure the build stage. In the build stage, there is only one job at this time, which is a simple build. Depending on your project, you can select the right type of tool for building your project. I'm going to add another job here. And this job is going to be for the testing. Again, with the tester type, you can select the type of testing tool that you want to use. I'll use the simple one, which requires the developer to provide a script. And I'm going to simply echo some statements here. The run condition is basically to specify if the stage should fail in case of a job failure or not. And I have it as checked, which says stop running this stage if this job fails. Let's go ahead and save it. So now our build stage has two jobs. First one is the build, second one is the test. Now in order to run this stage, I can simply click on this button here. And so this is basically to execute the stage without requiring to commit the code. And once the execution is completed, you can click on this to see the logs. So here, build 5 has passed and you can see all the job statuses. So if I click on test 5 pass, you can see the echo statements have put out these logs here. To show you how you can add stages, I'm going to make a change to the deploy stage. Rename this to deploy to staging. And here I'm going to rename this to our staging deployment. And now what's happened here is we are simply saying that this initial stage that we had is not deploying to production. It is deploying to staging. And let's go ahead and save it. Next, I'm going to add a stage. And this stage will be for the production. And here I'm going to call this deploy to production. And this job, as I had explained, we don't want this to be executed automatically. So I'm going to make this run jobs only when this stage is run manually. Let's go ahead and add the job. Now, there is no job by default, so we'll add a deploy job here, deploy. And here, this is very specific to Bluemix. You need to have the right organization and space selected. So I'll just select in the main organization. I already have a production space, and I'm going to deploy this application to production in the main organization. Just save it. In the staging, let's see what is the space where we are deploying this application. In the staging deployment, the code is getting deployed in the CloudRocket organization and development. So just to show you that these are two different environments where the application is getting deployed in the two stages. So if I run this deploy to production stage, it'll fail because of the host name collision. So what I need to do is make some quick changes to this stage here. This is very specific to Bluemix. So if you are not really interested in trying it out on your own, you don't have to worry about it. So I've created a new environment variable and it's called my_app_host. And I've given a name here. And then in the job, the script is changed with the -n option here. And I'm asking the cf push command to pick up the host name from the environment variable. So this is the configuration that you need to make in order for this pipeline to work. Next thing we are going to do is try out executing this pipeline. So here I'll just go and click run. Our production deployment is at this point done. And as you can see, now we have two applications. Let's just try out the two applications. Hello Toolchain. And if you look at the URL, it is cloudrocketchain.mybluemix.net. Let's take a look at the production instance of the application. And here the URL is prod-cloudrocketchain.mybluemix.net. And that is because in this stage, we have set up the environment variable to have the property myAppHost as prod-cloudrocketchain. Let's summarize. In this lecture, I talked about IBM Toolchains available on Bluemix platform for creating delivery pipelines. Toolchains are integrated set of tools that can support all of the delivery team's activities. You can select a toolchain template, which are already available on the Bluemix platform, or you may create your own toolchain template with tools of your choice.